Previously on MHW Season 2, Episode 2.
We begin a 16-man MHW Television Championship tournament. Your title defense, your first and last tournament match, will be against the returning Alexander.
Samantha!
Your MHW Television Champion, Lance Jones.
Time is a game you play when you got it. You shoot your shot so you can say that you shot it. I wanna know, how's it gonna go? You think you'll never be forgotten. What about me? What
You know
about
them?
me?
No, you say Amy brought you here?
Good. Now you're finally listening. You're gonna realize we was always part of your story.
What about me? What about me?
Detective Judge.
Oh shit.
The witness claims to have information regarding the attack on SOKOLOV, and they have informed me of their intention to reveal themselves, even if doing so results in the termination of their MHW contract.
Wait, they're on the roster?
Yes,
Cut this now. End the show. End the show right now.
We are proud to present to you Mixed Honor Wrestling, MHW.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mixed Honor Wrestling. We are live from the MHW Theatre in Los Angeles, California. I'm Greg Norton alongside the Horseman Evans, and after the shocking events of last week, this place is absolutely electric.
Electric? Greg, this company is falling apart. Suspensions, investigations, conspiracies, and somehow Samantha is still expected to keep everything under control.
Tonight, tournament action continues as Yuri Shibata collides with Olympic gold medalist Barry Leonard.
The wrestler Omar Bajan faces Joseph Wright in another huge tournament matchup.
Hannibal Moore meets the natural Niles tonight. Niles may be chasing one final opportunity at championship glory.
MHW Television Champion Lance Jones defends the title against Sokolov. Lance already beat Alexander, and if he survives Sokolov 2, people might have to admit he's the greatest television champion of all time.
And after weeks of tension and taunting, Jerome Sharp finally comes face to face with King Client.
And in our main event per General Manager Samantha, we will be getting a special presentation honoring the MHW World Champion Adam Ball.
What?
Yes, Greg, finally a segment dedicated to greatness.
That's the office music, and here comes Adam Ball. The landscape is changing quickly, Evans, and after what happened in the last match with Jerome Sharp, and with the Television Championship tournament still in play, you have to wonder what's next for the MHW World Champion.
Last week was chaos, Greg. Detective J, Samantha, Jerome Sharp, the tournament, and now we've got the World Champion back in an entire month before the next MHW World Championship defense.
Adam Ball retained the MHW World Championship under controversial circumstances at Crown or Collapse, and then successfully defended it against Jerome Sharp.
Controversial according to people who hate facts. Adam Ball is dressed for success tonight as he should be. World champion, main event winner Jerome Sharp couldn't beat him. Jeremiah couldn't beat him. Nobody has solved Adam Ball.
One of the smartest men in Mixed Honor Wrestling.
Last week, I defeated Jerome Sharp. And before any of you start making excuses, before any of you start crying about Samantha, the office, conspiracies, interference, or corruption, let me remind you of something. I beat Jerome Sharp myself. For months, I've listened to people say the same thing. Adam Ball isn't the real champion. Adam Ball got lucky. Adam Ball only wins because Samantha protects him. You people need to make up your minds. If I need Samantha to win, then explain why Jeremiah couldn't beat me. Explain why Barry Leonard couldn't beat me. Explain why Diego Munoz couldn't beat me. Explain why Jerome Sharp couldn't beat me. The answer is simple. I am better than all of them. In fact, I'm so confident I'm willing to end this entire discussion. Jeremiah, come out here right now. I know you're here. I know you're somewhere in this building. I know you're suspended. But if you want this championship so bad, come out here right now and fight me one-on-one. No excuses, no chaos, no conspiracies, just you and me. That's what I thought, coward. You're brave when you're hiding in crowds. You're brave when security isn't looking. You're brave when somebody else gets blamed. But when it's time to stand in front of me, nothing. Thankfully, I don't have to defend this championship for another month. And by then...
Wait a second!
Oh no!
Listen to this crowd in Los Angeles. They know exactly who is walking out here.
Unfortunately, yes, they do.
That's Alexander. Alexander has been one of the most dominant competitors in MHW since day one. A former champion, a former ally of Sokolov, and perhaps the most feared man in this company.
Feared by some, overrated by others.
Overrated? This man has been some of the very best MHW has to offer.
And yet he's never beaten Adam Ball, and more importantly, he still needs to win the one title that has eluded him, the MHW World Championship.
He never beat Adam because they've never had the opportunity to face each other.
Maybe that's because Alexander keeps finding reasons and supplements not to stand across the ring from the champion.
You're reaching, Evans.
Am I? Failed tests, suspensions, controversy seems to follow Alexander wherever he goes.
Whatever we think of Alexander, this is a man Adam Ball should take seriously.
Adam, you know, when people look at us, they see opponents, but before all of this, you were there. When Sokolov and I held championships, you were there. When we trained, when we pushed each other, when we needed help with English, when this company was being built, and when I was injured, you were there too. You came with me to check on Sokolov. You stood beside us. For that, I respect you, but respect does not change destiny. And since the day I arrived in mixed honor wrestling, there has only been one championship I was meant to hold, the MHW World Championship.
There it is. I was wondering how long it'd take for you to bring that up. You know, Alexander, everybody treats you like some unstoppable monster, some uncrowned king, some tragic hero. But I know something they don't. I know who you really are. I know the man standing in front of me. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We both know there are things you've never explained. Let's talk about all the times you found a reason not to stand across the ring from me. Maybe it wasn't Samantha. Maybe you knew exactly what was waiting for you. Maybe you knew Adam Ball was always going to be your hardest match. And let's be honest about one more thing. Samantha can destroy your life whenever she wants. One phone call, one suspension, one failed test, and everything you've built disappears. But eventually, none of that's going to matter, because sooner or later, you and I are going to fight. And when we do, the biggest shock in MHW history won't be me surviving Alexander. It'll be me beating Alexander.
I am glad, because for the first time tonight you did not reject my challenge. You accepted it. But before I leave, I want everybody here to remember one thing. The night Sokolov was attacked, you came to find me. You told me Sokolov had been attacked in the parking lot. But there is one problem. You had already left the building that night. So tell me, Adam, why did you come back? Adam Ball, be careful.
What did he mean by that?
I don't know, and I don't think Adam likes hearing it.
Alexander may have just planted another question into the Sokolov investigation, and Adam Ball has just become a known suspect.
Over the last few weeks, there has been one topic dominating mixed honor wrestling, the attack on SOKOLOV. Now, I have to admit, I am disappointed. Apparently, somebody within this company had information regarding that night and chose not to come directly to me. Do I like that? No. Do I understand that this is a sensitive situation? Yes. Let me make something perfectly clear. Despite what some people may think, despite what some people may be saying, I have never had a personal issue with SOKOLOV. The only disagreements we ever had involved the future of the office when he was associated with it. Nothing more. And for anyone spreading rumors, I had absolutely nothing to do with SOKOLOV's attack. In fact, when this investigation is complete, I fully intend to punish whoever is responsible. Now, on a more positive note, thanks to the hard work of Hernandez Jr., we have received a special Atom Ball package that will air during tonight's main event. And before anybody starts another conspiracy theory, yes, the package was thoroughly reviewed by the office. It was checked, it was approved, and it has been cleared for broadcast. So enjoy the rest of the evening, enjoy the tournament, and enjoy celebrating your world champion. Because I can assure you of one thing, nothing is going to ruin this night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Barry Leonard. Barry, recently there has been a lot of tension between yourself and Alexander. What's your perspective on the situation?
Look, I've never had a problem with Alexander's ability. The guy is tough. He's dangerous. He's accomplished a lot in MHW. But what I do have a problem with is everything that follows him around. The failed tests, the suspensions, the controversy, the questions. I spent my entire career doing things the right way, so yeah, that bothers me. But at the end of the day, I don't need to talk about Alexander. Eventually, we'll settle it in the ring. And something tells me that's going to happen a lot in the future. Maybe even sooner than people think. And when it does happen, I'm going to beat him.
Before any of that can happen, you have a huge match tonight in the quarterfinals of the MHW Television Championship Tournament against Yuri Shibata. What are your thoughts going into that match?
Yuri deserves respect. He's disciplined, he's experienced, and he's one of the toughest competitors in this tournament. That's exactly why I'm taking him seriously. But I've spent my entire life preparing for moments like this. I've wrestled at the highest levels. I've competed against world-class athletes. And tonight, all of that experience matters. Yuri is good. I'm better. And when that bell rings, I'm going to prove it. Yuri, bring everything you've got, because tonight I'm making you tap out.
Barry Leonard, thank you for your time.
Up next, quarterfinal action in the MHW Television Championship Tournament.
And this one is huge, Greg. Two men desperate to finally win their first championship in mixed honor wrestling.
Every single step I take in this life is the end of someone else's story.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 228 pounds, Yuri Shibata.
Here comes Yuri Shibata.
One of the most dangerous strikers in this entire company.
Yuri has been impressive since arriving in MHW. Discipline, toughness, and an incredible fighting spirit.
Yeah, but impressive doesn't get you championships.
Tonight could change that.
Yuri knows exactly what's at stake. One win gets him one step closer to finally putting gold around his waist.
And let's not forget his partnership with Payne. They've developed a mutual respect over the last few months, and both men are chasing the same goal, becoming champions.
Respect doesn't help when somebody is trying to knee your head off.
It doesn't, but it does tell you something about Yuri's character. He's earned the respect of nearly everybody in that locker room.
Respect is nice, championships are better.
That's exactly what's at stake tonight. Neither Yuri Shibata nor Barry Leonard has captured gold in MHW. The atmosphere inside the MHW theater is electric tonight.
The winner moves on, the loser goes home wondering what could have been. Olympic pedigree, elite athlete, one of the strongest competitors in MHW.
And undefeated in the record books.
And his opponent from Sioux City, Iowa, weighing in at 241 pounds, Barry Leonard.
Barry Leonard has been building momentum for months, and tonight could be the biggest match of his MHW career.
That's because Barry keeps putting himself in the conversations. Whether it's title opportunities or calling out Alexander, he's making sure people are paying attention.
Barry has never been afraid of a challenge. In fact, he recently said he believes he'll be seeing Alexander a lot more in the future.
Which may not be the smartest career move he's ever made.
Barry isn't interested in shortcuts. He believes hard work should be rewarded, and that's part of why he's been so vocal about the controversy surrounding Alexander.
Well, tonight none of that matters. There are no investigations, no accusations, no backstage politics.
Just a place in the semifinals of the MHW Television Championship Tournament on the line.
And if Barry wants to become champion, he has to get through one of the toughest competitors in MHW first.
And here we go, Yuri Shibata versus Barry Leonard in the MHW Television Championship Tournament. These are two men with a lot in common.
That's right, both men are still searching for that first championship in mixed honor wrestling.
And both men believe the television championship can be the breakthrough they've been looking for.
The difference is Barry Leonard has spent the last few weeks making headlines.
Primarily because of his comments regarding Alexander.
Barry has made it clear he doesn't trust Alexander and doesn't like the controversy that seems to follow him around.
Meanwhile, Yuri has stayed focused entirely on competition.
That's why I've always liked Yuri. No drama, no speeches. Just show up and fight.
Easier said than done when the stakes are this high.
Absolutely. One mistake tonight and months of hard work disappear.
Barry has talked about becoming champion since arriving in MHW.
And Yuri has been chasing the exact same goal.
Olympic slam on the floor. Olympic slam by Barry Leonard.
Cover.
And not only a 2 count.
Barry Leonard is going to need a lot more to beat Yuri tonight.
Yuri is putting together a couple strikes on Barry Leonard. Yuri is gaining momentum.
Barry's in trouble, Greg.
Barry rebounds off the ropes. Flying knee connects.
Oh, God.
And now Yuri gets a 2 count.
I thought that was it.
Yuri's heading to the top rope.
Here we go.
Double stomp to the chest.
He's done it.
Cover. No 2 count. Barry survives.
Incredible.
Yuri's coming alive. Basically on the outside. Now Yuri is climbing up to the top. Meteora to the floor.
Yuri is throwing his body around with zero concern for his own safety.
Barry just planted Yuri and is now lifting Yuri onto the top rope. This is dangerous. Barry is climbing with him. A top rope Olympic slam.
Greg, it's over.
A 2 count only.
How did Yuri kick out?
I don't know, but Barry's caught a second wind. Barry Leonard is riding this wave of momentum. Barry Leonard is fired up.
Barry is feeling it now.
Barry signaling for the end. Yuri slowly getting back to his feet. Barry takes him down. Ankle lock applied.
Barry grapevines the leg. Good night.
Barry has it locked in tight. Yuri trying to crawl, trying to fight, trying to survive. Yuri has nowhere to go.
He's seconds away from tapping.
Yuri has nowhere to hide. Wait, the bell is rung, but Yuri never tapped. Barry was moments away from victory, but look at Yuri. Yuri is irate.
Yuri is angry that Barry is acting as if he won, but truth be told, Yuri got lucky tonight.
What will this mean for the tournament?
بعضی آدم ها فقط وقتی درد را احساس می کنند که مجبورشان کنیم. رنه هفته گذشته فکر کرد می تواند در کار ما دخالت کند. اشتباه کرد. Rene was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. He chose to involve himself in something that had nothing to do with him. So I reminded him of a lesson everybody in MHW eventually learns. Stay out of my way. Tonight, Joseph Wright is standing between me and the semi-finals of the Television Championship Tournament. Joseph is respected, but Joseph is not me. He does not have my discipline, and he certainly does not have my future. Tonight, I beat Joseph Wright. Next, I beat whoever stands in front of me. And after that, I become the MHW television champion. Everybody keeps talking about Adam Ball. Everybody keeps talking about Alexander. Everybody keeps talking about Sokolov. Soon, they will be talking about Omar Bijan.
نحن فقط في البداية. القادم أسوأ.
What do you want?
Joseph, I wanted to talk.
Then talk.
About crown or collapse.
You mean when you smashed the chair over Diana's head?
It wasn't that simple.
It looked pretty simple to me.
Joseph, you don't understand the situation.
Then explain it.
Diana and I had our differences. Things got emotional. Things got out of control. I'm not proud of what happened.
You're sorry you got caught?
No, I'm sorry people got hurt. There's a difference.
Funny, Diana's the one who ended up with a chair wrapped around her skull.
Believe what you want. I'm not here to argue. I'm here because I know you've got a huge match tonight against Omar Bijan. And despite what you think of me, I wish you luck.
That's why you're here.
Partly. The other reason is to tell you that Hannibal won't be interfering tonight. No distractions, no games, no surprises. Your match with Omar belongs to you.
If Hannibal shows up, I'm holding you responsible.
That's fair. Good luck tonight, Joseph.
Quarter-final action continues in the MHW Television Championship Tournament.
And this one has been brewing for weeks. Somebody's tournament ends tonight.
نحن من ابتكرنا العلم.
One of the most intimidating combinations in MHW, Omar Bijan, a future world champion and a man I believe will become television champion.
Last week he attacked Renee in the ring.
Renee should have minded his own business.
Omar knows a semi-final opportunity is just one win away.
Omar doesn't care who gets hurt if they're standing between him and success.
Respected competitors in MHW.
He's also become a magnet for trouble, especially with Hannibal Moore, and that's putting it mildly.
Joseph has repeatedly stood up to Hannibal and refused to back down from any fight,
which usually ends badly for people.
Last week, Joseph even came to Renee's aid when Omar and Hannibal were attacking him in the ring.
Joseph needs to focus on winning championships instead of playing hero.
That's exactly what he's trying to do tonight, and if Joseph beats Hannibal, he will face the winner of Sokolov versus Lance Jones, which is the main event. Joseph Wright versus Omar Bijan in the MHW Television Championship Tournament quarterfinals. And here we go. This is a fascinating matchup. Joseph Wright has built his reputation on integrity, determination, and standing up for others.
Which sounds great until it gets you punched in the face.
Joseph has never been the type to look the other way when somebody needs help.
That's exactly why he's got so many enemies.
Last week is a perfect example. Renee was being attacked in the ring and Joseph stepped in immediately.
And now he's got Omar Bijan and Hannibal Moore both looking for payback.
Joseph knew the risks and did it anyway.
That's because Joseph believes everybody deserves a fair fight.
Meanwhile, Omar Bijan sees the world very differently.
Omar doesn't care about fair. He cares about winning.
Since arriving in MHW, he's made it clear that championships are his only priority.
And honestly, that's why I think Omar might have the edge tonight.
Because he'll do whatever it takes.
Exactly.
Both of these men are still chasing their first singles championship in mixed honor wrestling.
And right now, you can feel the urgency picking up between them.
Joseph Wright launches Omar Bijan across the ring.
Joseph's calling him him up.
Right answer connects.
Good night.
Omar Bijan survives.
Omar looks finished.
That was almost over, but Joseph isn't done. Joseph wants to send a message tonight. Another right answer, second right answer.
Cover.
Wait a minute. Where's the referee? The referee is down on the floor.
What happened?
That's Gloria. Gloria is standing beside the referee.
Didn't she promise she wouldn't get involved?
No. It's Hannibal. Hannibal Moore just blindsided Joseph Wright. Gloria promised Hannibal wouldn't interfere tonight in this match.
Gloria lied. She looked Joseph in the eyes earlier tonight and lied straight to his face.
Hannibal and Gloria walking up the ramp together while Joseph is motionless in the ring. Omar has recovered. Camel clutch applied.
This is sickening, Greg. Joseph is in trouble.
Joseph is trying to fight. Joseph has nowhere to go. This is it. It's over. Omar escapes. Omar Bijan advances. What a heartbreaking way for this match to end. Amaya Dawn is joining Omar in the ring. Omar Bijan is headed to the semi-finals of the MHW Television Championship Tournament.
Whether people like it or not, Omar is becoming a serious threat in this company. Waiting for him will be either Lance Jones or Sokolov.
My boy looks stressed.
Fam, wouldn't you be? Every week it's some next madness.
You talking about King Klein?
Him, Amy, all of it.
Then hear me out. When you get in that ring tonight, don't back down. Drop him.
Trust me, bruv. If he says the wrong thing, I'm dropping him. What I don't get is Amy. Every time Klein comes up, she's telling me to leave it alone. Why?
I ain't got the answer, bro. But we both know Amy. She ain't dumb. And real talk, a woman don't start believing in crystals, destiny, and all that spiritual stuff without some rough chapters in her story. Something happened.
That's what worries me, you know?
Maybe she protecting you. Maybe she protecting herself. Either way, don't let Klein punk you out tonight. If he got answers, get him. If he got problems, solve them. Matter of fact, you should probably link up with Jeremiah. Y'all got common enemies.
Nah.
Nah?
Nah, fam. Jeremiah's got enough going on already. Plus, I ain't looking for backup. If King Klein wants problems, he gets me. Nobody else.
All right, then. Just don't come back out here talking about missed opportunities.
Trust me, tonight ain't ending with questions.
I bet you're happy this is happening to me.
Nope.
Really?
Because nothing's actually happened yet. And besides, I've still got my own questions. Why do you need to hurt someone you just fell in love with?
What?
Don't do that. You heard me.
Samuel.
The only reason any of this is bothering you is because you've got feelings for Jerome. 3 years ago, 1 year ago, you would have done whatever you thought was necessary. You would have hurt anybody, me included. But now you're hesitating. Now you're feeling guilty. Now you're showing remorse. You've changed.
No, I haven't changed. I can't explain why this is happening.
Maybe tonight will help. Maybe when Jerome and King Klein finally stand in the same ring, you'll learn something about both of them. But there's one thing I still don't understand. What do you want to gain from the person you need most?
Jerome Sharp, I'm not here to disrespect you. I'm here to do what nobody else in this company has the courage to do. I'm here to look you in the eye and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did at Crown or Collapse. And I'm sorry for what I did during your world title match. But I need you to understand something. I didn't do it because I hate you. I did it because if I didn't step in, everything would have come out. Everything.
Here he comes, Jerome Sharp making his way out, and you can feel the shift in this entire building. This isn't an entrance for the fans right now, Evans. This is a man walking into something personal.
Personal, this is accountability, Greg. Jerome's been walking around MHW like the world owes him answers. King Klein is finally about to give him some clarity whether he likes it or not.
Clarity doesn't usually sound like betrayal and attacks during championship matches.
Or maybe it sounds like prevention. Klein said he stopped Jerome from crossing a line. Maybe we should listen before we assume we know the whole story.
I don't think Jerome's in the mood to listen to anything right now. Look at his face. This is controlled rage. He's not running down here for a celebration. He's coming down here for answers.
And Klein's ready to give them. The question is whether Jerome Sharp can handle the truth without exploding.
You got a lot of nerve, bruv. You stand there talking sorry, like that fixes anything. You cost me my shot. You cost me my moment. So I'm asking you one time, properly, why am I not dropping you right now?
Because I'm the only one in this building willing to tell you the truth. At Crown or Collapse Backstage, I saw what was about to happen to you. And I stopped it. And during your title match with Adam Ball, I stopped that too. Because if you won that night, Jerome, you wouldn't just be champion. You would have opened a door that should never.
What door? Stop talking in riddles, fam.
That night you got kicked out of the 9 time drillers. Wasn't what they told you it was. It wasn't about you breaking some bro code. It was about control. And someone had to take the blame. You were never the problem, Jerome. You were the solution. A very convenient one. And you accepted it so fast. Too fast. Like you already knew what was coming.
Don't try rewrite my life, Klein. I took that fall so nobody else got buried. That's it. End of.
Is it? Because I was there. And so was Amy. Amy made sure I didn't talk about what I saw. Because what I saw wasn't just you taking a fall. It was a decision. A sacrifice. A cover-up that protected people far above your pay grade.
Stop. You don't say her name like that.
Why not? Because she's part of the reason you're standing here pretending you're some loyal martyr? Jerome, you weren't protecting anyone. You were managed. You think you chose that night? You didn't. Amy chose it. And I know why.
You keep talking like you know her story, like you know mine, like you know what I did that night. You don't know nothing, bruv.
Well, what I do understand.
He got him. Jerome just dropped King Klein.
And to be honest, Greg, King Klein deserved it. Can't tease us for that long and not reveal anything.
Amy told him not to touch Klein, and he still did. How will Amy react to all this? And what will King Klein do after being embarrassed tonight?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the natural Niles. Niles, tonight you step into a quarterfinal match. After what Gibson put you through last week, how are you feeling heading into this one?
I'm feeling it, Megan. I really am. Gibson pushed me to my limit, no doubt about it. That man gave me a hard battle, left me sore, left me thinking. But tonight I don't just need effort. I need something special, something deeper, something you can't train for. You just become it when the lights hit.
And if you win tonight, there's a strong chance you could eventually face Lance Jones again. A man who's had your number more than once. How do you deal with that history?
Yeah, Lance Jones. He's been that shadow over me for a long time. Every time I've stepped up, every time I've tried to prove I belong at that level, he's found a way to edge me out. But I'm not running from that anymore. I'm not the same man he beat before. I'm not the guy who just hopes it goes his way. I'm the guy who makes it go his way. Underdog? Yeah, they'll call me that. But underdogs bite back when you least expect it. And tonight, I start rewriting everything. Because the name is natural. The name is Niles.
Quarterfinal action coming your way next, and what a clash of styles this is going to be.
A future champion against a feel-good story, Greg. Hannibal Moore should crush Niles and move on.
The winner advances to the semi-finals of the Television Championship Tournament.
And one step closer to championship gold.
Here comes one of the most MHW.
Dangerous. Hannibal Moore is inevitable, Greg.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Gloria! From Watford, Hertfordshire, England, weighing in at 277 pounds, Hannibal Moore!
Look at the size of him. Look at Gloria beside him. Since Crown or Collapse, they become one of the most hated combinations in this company.
And for good reason, at Crown or Collapse, Hannibal brutally attacked Joseph Wright after their match, and Gloria shocked everybody when she turned her back on Diana.
Turned her back? No, she upgraded. She aligned herself with a winner.
Joseph Wright would disagree with that, and Hannibal has made it very clear he isn't finished with Joseph yet.
The longer Hannibal waits, the worse it gets for whoever walks through that curtain.
That man isn't here to wrestle, he's here to hurt people.
And his opponent, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Natural Niles!
Listen to this crowd. The Natural Niles has become one of the easiest men to root for in MHW.
Root for sure, bet on absolutely not.
Niles has spent his entire MHW career trying to prove he belongs at the top level. He's come close, very close, but tonight could be another step toward his first championship.
And let's not forget Lance Jones. Every time Niles seems ready to break through, Lance finds a way to stop him.
That frustration has fueled Niles for months. Winning this tournament could change everything. Both men ready, quarterfinal action.
Somebody's dream ends tonight.
Here we go. Hannibal Moore versus the Natural Niles in the quarterfinal of the television tournament. This television championship means very different things to both competitors. For Hannibal Moore, it's validation, proof that all the destruction and chaos he's caused has been worth it.
And for Niles, it's survival, because if he doesn't eventually win something, people stop believing.
I disagree completely. Niles has earned every opportunity he's received. The fans believe in him.
Fans believe in Joseph Wright too. Look where that got him after Crown or Collapse, laying unconscious while Hannibal stood over him.
And that attack is exactly why Joseph and Hannibal remain on a collision course.
Joseph should stay away from Hannibal. Everyone should.
Meanwhile, Niles is trying to achieve something he's never done before, become an MHW champion.
And tonight he's standing across from a man who could rip that dream apart.
You say that like it's a certainty, Evans, but Niles has made a career out of proving people wrong. Every time somebody says he's too small, too old, or not good enough, he finds a way to keep moving forward.
Moving forward isn't the same as winning championships. That's the difference. Everybody loves the story of the Natural Niles, but stories don't beat monsters like Hannibal Moore.
Niles is tuning up the band.
Hannibal needs to move.
Sweet chin music. He got him.
No!
No, Hannibal kicks out.
Incredible.
Hannibal may not have expected Niles to put up this kind of fight. He is really struggling here.
Niles wasting no time heading up top. He's looking to finish this giant.
Nobody home.
Hannibal moves.
And now Hannibal crashes into Niles in the corner.
This is where Hannibal becomes terrifying.
Hannibal is getting his offense in now. Spinning side slam, what impact?
That could break ribs.
Hannibal is signaling for the HR driver.
It's over, nobody survives this.
Wait, Niles is fighting back, punches to the head. Niles is building momentum. Niles is picking up the pace on Hannibal Moore. This is incredible. Niles is on fire.
God,
where is this energy coming from? And now he's staring at Gloria. That distraction could cost him.
See, he missed. Now it's over, Greg.
Hannibal is trying to pull him up. Wait, Niles is fighting.
Damn.
Sweet chin music, he got all of it.
No.
He did it. Niles is going to the semi-finals.
Hannibal had that match won. One mistake, 1 second, and now he's out.
What a performance by the Natural Niles. He survived the size advantage. He survived Gloria at ringside. He survived Hannibal Moore.
I I don't know whether to call that determination or luck.
Call it whatever you want. Niles is one step closer to becoming television champion.
Here is your winner, the Natural, Niles!
Listen to this crowd.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh no!
Business is about to be conducted, Greg.
Congratulations, Niles. You earned your victory tonight. However, due to the draw between Barry Leonard and Yuri Shibata earlier in this tournament, we have reached a decision. Your semi-final match will now be a triple threat match. Barry Leonard, Yuri Shibata, and the Natural Niles. 3 men, 1 place in the finals. Good luck.
Whoa, 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 hold on. Before we move on, Barry Leonard, Yuri Shibata, you are 2 great competitors, but I've spent my whole career hearing why I can't do something, why I can't win, why I can't reach the top. Well, next week I'm proving everybody wrong, because the name is natural. The name is Niles.
Listen to this crowd. Niles isn't backing down from the challenge. Triple threat one-on-one, it doesn't matter. He believes this is finally his time.
I know you two. But who are you?
Who I am isn't important. What is important is that I've been watching. I've watched these 2 men lose. I've watched them get overlooked. I've watched them get kicked to the side like they never mattered. And frankly, I'm tired of it. You escaped both of them, Payne. You got lucky. Now, it's time you get a little preview of what's coming next.
If this is supposed to scare me...
That's it. Show him exactly what he's been avoiding. Pathetic.
Well, this elevator is a lot quieter than it was last week.
That's because Amaya isn't standing outside arguing with half the building.
Good. Last time I saw that, I got in this elevator just to escape.
I noticed. You made a tactical retreat.
Exactly. French survival instincts. So, since I've got the detective trapped here, any progress on the Sokolov case?
Maybe. Or maybe I like making people wait for the answers.
Are you flirting with me, detective?
Renee, are you flirting with me?
Would that be a crime?
Not yet. Come find me after tonight. We'll see where this takes us.
Sokolov. Tonight's a big one. Lance Jones versus you for the MHW television title. This isn't just another match. This is your chance to finally close a chapter and step back into something resembling a normal life.
Normal life, yes. That is something I have not had for a long time. But tonight, I take step toward it. The television title. It is not just championship. It is proof I am still here. Still standing.
I need you to understand something, though. The attacker, whoever was behind what happened, they're still out there. And if you win tonight, they might not like what that means. People like that don't stay quiet when things don't go their way.
I understand. But I did not survive what I survived to be afraid now. If they come, they will find I am not the same man they attacked.
That's exactly what worries me.
Do not worry, detective. Tonight, I am ready. For Lance Jones, for the title, and for anything else that tries to stand in my way.
Just make sure you stay that way until the final bell, because whoever's watching you, they'll be watching closely.
Good. Let them watch. I am no longer running. I am arriving.
The MHW Television Championship is on the line as Lance Jones defends against the returning Sokolov.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Mixed Honor Wrestling Television Championship.
Champion versus former world champion. This is exactly what a main event should look like.
Sokolov is finally back where he belongs, competing for championship gold. This match was originally supposed to happen months ago before
fate delayed it, Greg. Tonight we finally get the match we were promised. I don't accidentally become one of the most dominant world champions in MHW history. Sokolov ruled this company with an iron fist inside the ring.
His world championship reign was built on discipline, power and consistency. Then just as another major opportunity came around, someone attacked him backstage and changed everything.
And months later, we still don't know who did it.
Detective Jay and Virginia May continue their investigation. But tonight, Sokolov said he wanted to focus on one thing: winning the television championship.
That's easier said than done. You can say you're focused, but when someone has already attacked you once, there's always that thought in the back of your mind.
Detective Jay even warned Sokolov earlier tonight that whoever assaulted him could still be watching, especially with a championship opportunity in front of him.
And Sokolov's response was simple. He said he'd be ready for Lance Jones and for anyone else who tried to stand in his way.
That's the mentality that made him one of the most dominant world champions MHW has ever seen. Tonight he's hoping that same mindset brings him television championship gold. And here comes the champion. The wonder Lance Jones has been outstanding as television champion.
Outstanding, he's been untouchable. Everyone keeps saying Lance is lucky. Luck doesn't produce dominant title reigns. Greatness does.
Since becoming champion, he's beaten every challenge put in front of him. Tonight may be his toughest test yet.
And unlike Sokolov, Lance never disappeared. He stayed here and carried this championship proudly.
To be fair, Sokolov didn't disappear by choice. He was the victim of a brutal attack that nearly ended his career before it could continue.
And yet the record books won't mention any of that. They'll only remember who walked into tonight as television champion, and that's Lance Jones.
Lance has been exceptional as champion, there's no denying it. But beating Sokolov cleanly would elevate this reign to another level.
Exactly. Imagine adding a former world champion to your list of title defenses. That's the kind of victory that defines a championship reign.
For Sokolov, though, this is about more than a title. It's about proving that everything he's fought through over the last several months hasn't changed who he is inside that ring.
Introducing the challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 243 pounds, SOKOLOV! And his opponent from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, the Mixed Honor Wrestling Television Champion, the Wonder Lance Jones!
Well, we're about to find out if the old Sokolov is truly back or if the Wonder Lance Jones sends him right back to the drawing board.
And here we go, Lance Jones versus Sokolov for the MHW Television Championship. There is so much history surrounding this match. Before Sokolov was attacked, this was the match MHW officials wanted all along. Champion versus one of the greatest champions this company has ever seen.
Instead, fate intervened. Sokolov disappeared. Lance Jones took over. Now Lance has built a reign worthy of respect.
And Sokolov has had to watch it all unfold while recovering and trying to uncover who attacked him.
Personally, I think he spent too much time worrying about detectives and investigation. Focus on wrestling.
Easy for you to say. Someone tried ending his career. Anyone would want answers.
Answers don't win championships. Lance Jones does.
Sokolov has also had several tense encounters with Samantha in the office since his return. It feels like every step forward he takes, someone is standing in his way.
Or maybe the office is simply reminding everyone that no one gets special treatment, not even Sokolov.
Tonight could be the start of Sokolov's comeback story, or another chapter of Lance Jones proving why he deserves to be called television champion. Sokolov has caught momentum as he looks to complete the 3 power bombs.
The champion's in serious trouble.
3 power bombs by Sokolov. Cover. No, Lance kicks out.
Incredible.
Wait. Codebreaker. Codebreaker by Lance Jones. Wait a minute. Lance has his feet on the ropes. Lance is cheating. No, Sokolov kicks out. Sokolov survives. Now Lance trying to send Sokolov over the top. Back body drop. The champion crashes to the floor. Sokolov picks up Lance and rolls him back inside. The challenger looking to finish this. Wait, what was that? A masked man. He just hit Sokolov with a wrench. And look at Lance. He's got the referee distracted. He didn't see any of it.
Oh, God.
The official has no idea what's happened outside the ring. Not again. Not like this. Lance dragging Sokolov back into the ring.
Official Lance Jones advances and will defend the television championship against Omar Bijan in the semifinals of the tournament.
Lance Jones celebrates with the television championship, but the bigger story tonight is that masked attacker. Who is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to waste any time. Hit the video.
At Crown or Collapse, one man proved that preparation defeats emotion. One man outlasted every obstacle placed before him. The scientist, Adam Ball, a calculated force, redefined.
Diego Munoz is here.
He's fired. Someone get him off the screen.
Samantha, Adam, you two should stop celebrating because the night Sokolov was attacked, I was there. I'm the one who called the police, and before anyone asked, no, I wasn't the one who attacked him, but I know. Who did?
He's lying, Greg. I swear he's lying.
It was you, Adam Ball.
Greg, this guy never tells the truth.
Look out, Jeremiah, the truth driller. He planted Adam Ball.
Where did he come from? He's suspended, Greg.
Absolute chaos. Diego Munoz says it was Adam who attacked Sokolov. Jeremiah has just blindsided Adam Ball, and Samantha looks completely stunned. If Diego Munoz is telling the truth, the entire landscape of MHW could be turned upside down. Good night, everybody.